The Freedom Squandered trophy in Pursuit Force is unlocked after completing Case 6 of the Convicts mission, which is a boss fight level in which you have to chase down and kill the Convicts leader Hardballs, who will be swinging a giant wrecking ball at you to try and stop you from getting him. This was one of the more frustrating missions in the game, and if it wasn't for the rewind feature on PS5 with this emulated classic, I don't think I would have ever beaten it, as it's pure rubbish.
That one bullshit PlayStation trophy.
The mission opens up and your objective is to find Hardball, so you are now driving along the roads following these big yellow arrows as they lead you into this little town where you can see the trail of destruction Hardball has left behind. Destroyed cars litter the road, so you know you're on the right track as you see all these, but as you follow the arrows through this little town, you run out of time. What the hell did I do wrong here? What a weird way to start the mission, as I didn't even see him, let alone catch up with him. I must have failed this section of the mission about 5 times, which is really silly as I'm failing the boss level before I'm even getting to the boss. This is just ridiculous. The opening of this level, I am certain, is busted, as if you follow these big yellow arrows, it will actually take you a longer way through this area, meaning you won't have enough time to reach the trigger zone in order to trigger the cutscene to start the boss fight. So instead, you need to ignore this big yellow arrow here and actually turn right a road before the arrow, and even then with this shorter route through this little area, it'll still leave you with only a fraction of a second to reach that area that triggers the boss cutscene to move you on to the next section of the fight. Then when the cutscene doors play, it shows the boss coming up behind you and finding you, so you don't even find him anyway, so you've still failed that objective. It doesn't get much better once the boss fight starts, as the boss is really tough to damage and you don't get many opportunities to actually fight him and deal damage to him. Despite having loads of miles before he escapes, a lot of that is tied up with you just fighting his henchmen and not Hardball himself, so you need to make the most of your chances, otherwise he will escape before you've managed to kill him. Annoyingly, when fighting Hardball, his attack does massive damage as he swings his wrecking ball at you, and it can be very hard to effectively dodge it without getting hit, as its attack has an area of effect that also damages you as it hits the ground. So the only way to properly avoid it, I found, was to brake, but the only problem here is that you then have to wait for that area of effect to go away, otherwise you'd still get hurt as you drive through that, and if you wait too long the truck gets too far away and you will lose even more time just trying to drive and catch it up. Every now and then other cars join the fight, and these give you a chance to steal other cars and get other weapons, but even using these more powerful guns, it still doesn't deal enough damage to kill him before he gets away, so again you will just fail again and again as Hardball always escapes no matter what you do. So what is the trick with this boss then? Well, the key is to always have a full justice meter, as this allows you to deal double damage. Without that, I don't think it's possible to defeat him before he escapes. So you fill the meter by ramming the vehicle and taking out the other enemies, and once it's filled you must be careful not to hit civilian cars, else the meter will drain, as it has to be fully filled to activate this double damage boost. All in all, this was a really annoying boss, and I didn't even know about the effects of this justice meter. I thought it was just a slow-mo effect and something that healed your character or repaired your car when you pressed the button. Knowing that it did double damage makes this a lot easier, but the game didn't really make that clear. And this was just one of the most annoying bosses in the game, and the difficulty spikes in this game often feel unfair at times, and I'm not really sure how people would have done this on the PSP without this rewind feature, or at the very least without rage quitting, as this Hardball boss fight was a pain, which is why for me it was the worst trophy I unlocked in my quest for the Pursuit Force Platinum. So that's why the Freedom Squandered trophy gets a BS rating of